So something I've been thinking about lately is the intake of type of games that I'm playing. Whether they're a retro game, a remake, or a brand new game. And I've been wondering if I have a responsibility to play new games and not just play, retro games I have in my Steam library or remakes that are coming out, like Metal Gear Solid Delta, for example. Is it more ethical? Is it better to play Death Stranding 2 and support Kojima today than it is to play and buy and spend $70 on Metal Gear Solid Delta, which is a 1-to-1 remake of Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. There's an opportunity cost to playing remakes. The time you spend playing remakes, remasters, re-releases, or time and money you could have been spent playing new games. And it doesn't... those new games need you. They need you who's interested more than a remake, a remaster, or a re-release needs you. So, like, Metal Gear Solid Delta will sell more than Death Stranding 2. Like, clearly, that's gonna happen. Right? But Death Stranding 2, if you're interested in it, I guess, is the more interesting product to purchase. I mean, it's not like you need to, it's not like Kojima needs your financial support. I mean, he does, but he doesn't, I don't think that's your responsibility. But I just think it's weird that, like we, the gamer, are quicker to support the Unreal 5 engine remake of someone's game, or a team's game, don't want to glaze, more than we are willing to support their new game. And it could just be that, it's probably just that Death Stranding is a niche kind of concept, right? You're delivering packages. I haven't played it. I haven't played Delta either, so who am I to be talking about any of this? But here I am talking about any of it. It's just a good example, I think, because it's just a new game from the same creator or a remake from the creator who's no longer at the company that's remaking it. It just kind of like, to me, just amplifies not a problem, but something that's happening that probably deserves our attention. It's 2025. We gotta be mindful of what we're playing, what we're taking in. You could spend an entire year playing remakes, remasters, re-releases without touching a new game. And it didn't feel like that before, I think. I think it didn't feel like that before. Like, years don't feel like they're defined by the games that come out in that year. Like, when I think about 2018, I mean, I guess, like, when I think about my favorite game that I played this year, it was Ys, Oath, and Falgana. And that came out in 2003. Now, funnily enough, that actually is a remake. So, I'm still losing somehow in trying not to play as many remakes. And there's people out there, I think I've seen it, this sentiment, like, I'm done with remakes. No more remakes for me. And it's like, I'm not strong enough to do that. I'm not strong enough to do that. These games look too cool. And they seem too good. It's the games that last in the conversation that are receiving the remakes, right? Like, I just played Dragon Quest III HD 2D remake, and it was mind-blowing how good it was. And it's like, this is an NES game. Like, it's like, how did they do this then? And how are we making games today that are so much worse? It just blows my mind. And I don't think I would have played the original. And I'm not someone who shies away from, playing retro games. I just played 2003, but there's a limit, there's a limit. Okay? There's a limit. I'm going to play Ys 1. That one looks good too. But Dragon Quest 3, quality of life, turn off those objective markers, you're good. And I'm gonna buy Dragon Quest 12, so, and I played Dragon Quest 11, so it's not like I'm not playing the new ones. But Square Enix announced Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD Remake, Dragon Quest 7 Remake, and Dragon Quest 12 is nowhere to be found. So maybe this is just supporting them until they get to that point, but I think more importantly for Square Enix specifically, you can look at Triangle Strategy, you can look at Final Fantasy Tactics coming out. Now, Triangle Strategy was already out on PC and Switch, but this is it coming to, I think, PS5 and Xbox. Very close to when Final Fantasy Tactics, the same genre game, same company. And they're releasing it close by, and it's like Triangle Strategy has goodwill for the past few years, for sure. People are talking it up, but it can't compare to the cachet, the clout that Final Fantasy Tactics has. Right, so just when you're thinking about, which one of these am I going to purchase? It's like, Final Fantasy Tactics. It's like, it's coming to modern platforms. Remaster has been rumored for years. Like, people swear by the story, they swear by the gameplay. Like, it's kind of hard to fight against that and like play something that isn't as beloved by, the larger community. But maybe if Final Fantasy Tactics wasn't coming out, people were still hungry for a strategy RPG, more people would check out Triangle Strategy. Another example, somewhat close, Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake and Octopath Traveler 0. Octopath Traveler is a growing franchise. It's a turn-based sprite JRPG, same with Dragon Quest. There's gotta be crossover there, and I guess the Dragon Quest audience is pretty specific, but it just feels like, I guess Square Enix doesn't care because they're just getting money either way, but the development team cares, and we want new ideas. I guess Octopath Traveler 0, maybe not the best example. It's a reworking of the mobile game, so it's not like it's a brand new thing, but it just seems like I keep seeing this choice I'm having to make. It sounds so serious. If there's a choice I have to make, whether it's getting well-established, well-covered, well-regarded, legendary, you could call them, games, or taking a chance on something new. And it's like the smart consumer decision is to get the thing that's so good that they're remaking it. But the healthy thing for the industry is probably buying the new game and showing interest in the new game, because then the developers will be supported and they'll keep making new stuff. And then in 20, 30 years, they'll remake that game. There's also our backlogs. We have so many games. There are so many games coming out. We own so many games. It's hard to argue why you should, go out there and spend $60, $70 on a brand new game that's being reviewed for the first time today, that has no long story to it. Like Digimon Time Stranger looks really fucking cool, but it's $70, and will people care about that game in 10 years? Does that matter? Does that really matter? I guess I just feel guilty about playing old games like Oath and Felghana, which I guess is a remake also. And I feel guilty about playing remakes, which feels, because instead of playing new games and supporting these studios that are making new things, and are trying to see like, hey, is there a market for this? Like, do people want this? It's like, we want it, but it's not the smartest choice. The smartest choice is to play a game we already own. The smartest choice is to play a game on sale. The smartest choice is to play a game that's being remade, remastered, that's beloved. It's like, what's the risk? You know, these companies are making risky bets, right? They're trying to minimize the risk in the investments they're making. And we as consumers are kind of doing the same thing. We're like, what's the best chance of me enjoying a game? Buying the sure thing? Trying something that I already own, that I bought for cheap? Or spending $70 on a brand new game that isn't getting like universal praise or something? You know, like Expedition 33, universal praise, it's the best game of all time. Okay, you can probably feel safe in buying that one. You know, Silk Song, oh my god, you know. These games that are the exception. It's probably not that serious. And the answer is you should just buy what looks appealing to you and have fun. But you can only play so many games in a year. So I think about this. Like 2025, like I'm only playing 15 or less games. Which ones am I picking? And after I play the remakes that appeal to me, have I doomed the studios who are trying to grab my attention with something new? Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Do you think about the type of game that you're buying, the type of game that you're playing? Do you consider the industry at all when you're making purchases? Do you care? You're like, no, just me. I don't really care. There will always be games. That's the cool thing, though. There will always be games. Even if there's less people making games, there's always going to be them. And there's always going to be something that fits your interests, right? Your niche. Whether it comes from indie, AA, AAA. So yeah, let me know. Do you guys think about this kind of stuff, or you just hit and play?